Hi there, welcome back to Stillwater's ASMR. I just wanted to do like a little update video. My husband will be home with my daughter soon, so it can't be a long video, which is maybe for the best because I've got a lot to be getting on with at the moment. I just wanted to do a bit of an update on everything that's going on at the moment and yeah, just sort of a little bit of a life update. There's quite a lot happening. The first thing is that I previously have mentioned on my channel that I was diagnosed with ADHD. I have been undiagnosed with ADHD for now. I had seen one person on learning disabilities nurse previously who had said that I thought it was a formal diagnosis, but it turns out that they're not able to do a formal diagnosis. So I then was seen by the community mental health team who have undiagnosed me. They don't believe I have ADHD. They've instead referred me for an autism assessment. So that's going on. I might do like a separate video about that at some point in the future. At the moment I'm trying, like they felt that one problem was I'd researched ADHD too much and then they felt like I'd convinced myself I had it. And so I'm trying not to look too much into autism and how it presents in women and females. So I'm trying just to kind of like just let it be, like not try and self-diagnose too much and just wait and see. I tried to be really careful not to claim I had anything until I thought I had a formal diagnosis, but it seems like my formal diagnosis wasn't a formal diagnosis, if that makes sense. So I am now kind of back at square one. I'm just trying to leave it alone. I've been continuing to seek to get therapy, which has been really, really good. Been making some good breakthroughs and some good headway with that, which has been really nice. Obviously not everyone, I'm privileged to be able to have access to affordable therapy. Not everybody has that, and I'm very grateful that the guy who's seeing me is doing it at discounted rate because he knows I don't have a lot of money. So there's that. What other news? My daughter was at a blissful stage where I could kind of like shut her in the living room with her toys. I had come through here into my office and work, and it's like a baby gate between the two rooms. There's no like solid, there's no like door or anything, just a baby gate. So I could kind of like hear and keep an eye on her. But she was contained and she could play with her toys, and it was really good because I could get on with things. She can now open doors. All of the doors in the house. Thankfully not the front door yet because it's stiff, but she can open. So she can let herself into the kitchen. She can now climb on dining table chairs and tables. So she climbs up onto the chair and then up onto the table, which isn't ideal. She can let herself into the utility room and basically anywhere in the house. So we purposely like put the cat's litter trays and food and water bowls in the utility room with a cat flap so they can get through, and allegedly she couldn't. She can now open the utility room door and paddle in the cat's water bowl and eat the cat's food. So that's interesting. We've also started to hit the terrible twos a little bit. I'm starting to have like tantrums and things when she gets frustrated, so apologies. That's been interesting. Quite hard work. What else is going on? My arm's going dead from holding my phone. I'll switch hands. What else has been going on? I'm busy with the craft. We're gearing up for lambing time now. I'm hopefully getting my first sort of farming subsidy type payment through soon, which is basically my pay for morning or croft. It's not very much for the amount of hours that we do, but it's every little helps. And the winter it's been dire. It's been dire. We've had storm after storm after storm. I've actually been hanging out laundry the last few days because it's been like only showers during the day, and I've been able to kind of mostly dry clothes outside, but then I keep losing things because they keep blowing off the line. Even with like multiple pegs, it still keeps, the wind keeps taking my laundry away. So it's just been like, we've had a couple calm days which are just wonderful when they happen, but it's been a long tough winter this year. My daughter and I are trying to do the 1,000 hours outside challenge, and you need to be averaging like just under 100 hours a month. I think in total this year so far we've done like 35, which is like nowhere. I mean, we'll get a lot of hours in the summer, but it's been grim. But the days are getting longer, which is really nice. What else is going on? Yeah, childcare has been all over the place with COVID and everything, and it's been challenging. Oh, putting my thumb over that camera. Yes, childcare has been challenging. This week I have thankfully got 4.5 full days of childcare, which is unheard of for me. And oh, my fingers. I'm trying to hold my camera without blocking the camera. Well, phone, not camera. Lo-fi. Yeah, childcare has been sketchy. So last week I spent the whole week down staying at my in-laws because my husband and father-in-law were supposed to be doing the bathroom. They were working on the bathroom, hauled everything out, new floor, new walls, everything, you know, got right back, insulating walls, and like putting more insulation in the floor. Like, I mean, they did a lot of work, but it took a lot longer than they were planning, and it was supposed to have been me and my daughter went away for a week and would come back to a new bathroom. No, there's a toilet in there and that's it. So it's like washing in the kitchen sink at the moment, which is not ideal. Do not recommend. It's been really tough because like I went away for a week and was staying away from home, which is unsettling and disruptive. See previous mentioned potential autism. Try not to read too much into that, but sort of completely disrupts routine, completely disrupts schedule and everything, and very stressed from that. It was lovely to see family. We managed to see like grandparents and have some really special time, like with my daughter and also my granddaughter, which was lovely. I've got a granddaughter through my stepdaughter, and it's just like they're really similar ages. In fact, my granddaughter's a year older than my daughter, and they were playing together really lovely, and at one point my granddaughter had a nap on me and it was just wonderful. Yeah, so it was some really lovely time spent with family, but it was still disruptive. So I was really looking forward to getting home to like get the house organised. I hadn't really grasped the fact that building work means dust everywhere. Like even in rooms that have had the door closed, there's still dust. And they're nowhere near finished. The bathroom, it's gonna be weeks. My husband's had to go back to work, so it's just picking at weekends and evenings and weekends when he gets a chance. I'm back home to try and support him. So if I'm feeding sheep and like getting dinner sorted and all that kind of stuff while he's at work, then when he comes home he can just crack at. But then it also means having a toddler and a building's out, so it's been very challenging. Like literally we'd gotten home and I got in the door and instantly started to feel overwhelmed. So pretty much unpacked the car and then took my daughter out into the garden to play with bubbles in the slide because it's a lot. Everything's not where it's meant to be. All of my routines are completely out the window now, because between my daughter like changing in development stage, her routine changes, which then affects my routine, and I really struggle to establish routines. And then we've got building work happening, which is throwing everything off even more. So it's been very challenging. So I'm trying to be like support my husband. I've also got a lot to catch up on myself because I've been away for a week. I haven't got any studying done all week. Today I've spent working on my paid job, which is like a little admin job, but for local charities. I've been trying to catch up on that. Yeah, I've got Croft stuff to catch up on. I've got a bunch of paperwork I need to do with that. Applied for a passport for my daughter, and there's like so much like admin and stuff that needs to be done. So trying to make a start on that, and catching up on laundry and cooking and everything. There's a lot going on. So there's that. Yeah, just walking the door instantly felt overwhelmed. And I know I'm gonna have to like sit at a state of overwhelm and discomfort for several weeks and learn just to be okay with that. So it's always gonna be like a certain level of stress. Thankfully, I've been playing a lot of ASMR videos. I've got some noise cancelling headphones, spent a lot of money on them, but they are so worth it. I've got like noise cancelling headphones, and I've been playing, apologies yawning, like ASMR videos that don't require have it involve like a lot of talking, or it's talking about things I'm not paying attention to, so I can have it like in the background, like just it's almost like it's massaging my brain, just like petting me, like you're okay, there, you're okay, kind of just sort of calming me down. And that's really been helping. Yeah, so thank goodness for ASMR. I might even, if I remember, I might link to a couple of the ones I've been finding particularly useful at the moment in the description. So if anybody's curious, it's things like people just turning pages and stuff, and so it's kind of makes a nice background noise. And then of course there's SRP, who does like amazing roleplay type ones, but it's like medical, like optician-y type ones, and that's just like so soothing. He is amazing. I wish he was my optician. What else? I don't know how good ASMR this is. I'm probably speaking too fast and rambling a bit too. Well, rambling's never a bad thing. So that's the household situation. Chaos and mayhem. Crofting, we're a few weeks out from lambing time, so things are gonna get hectic. The ram got me yesterday. I've never liked him since he arrived. Our old ram was wonderful, like a gentle giant. You could put a child in with him and he would be good as gold. I clipped him while 6 months pregnant, and he was beautifully behaved. He was just a cuddle muffin. Just he'd come for fuss every time he saw you. He'd come toddling over the fence, and boo. He had a really deep back. He'd give him fuss, and he would just laugh it up. And wonderful, wonderful guy. The new one, don't trust him. There's been a couple times where he's like headbutted either me or my husband. You kind of have to really keep an eye on him at all times. And yesterday I took my eye off him, and he got me good. He's like a unicorn. He's got a horn in the middle of his forehead. Instead of having two horns, he's got one like horny growth thing right in the middle of his forehead. I'm not sure if it's like a Texel breed thing. Apologies for the yawning. And he nailed me right in the thigh. and you can actually see the imprint. I've now got a bruise and a big lump on my leg, and you can see the imprint of where the horn got me right in the leg. And I was standing right next to a shed at the time, which is probably the only reason he didn't knock me over, because he knocked me into the shed. So it like hurt my arm and tweaked my back. And in general, just, it hurt. It really hurt, and it also gave me a bit of a fright. And so I turned around and roared at him, like shouted expletives at him, and then hastily got out of the field because I wasn't about to hang about and see if he was going to do it again. But yeah, wasn't overly impressed with that one. So I'm gonna have to go out and feed him later today, and he better not try any of that nonsense today, because we might get rid of him if he carries on like that. I think we're due to get rid of him anyway, because I think if we were to use him for breeding again this year, he'd be going back to his own offspring. So we might need to get rid of him anyway, which isn't a bad thing, because he's horrible. So yeah, so there's that. What else have we got going on? Yeah, so lambing is rapidly approaching. That will be busy. That's kind of like mid-April, early mid-April to mid-May. So we'll be busy. I've already got like study videos, like one a week, lined up for the whole of March. I try to put a bit more variety into my videos, but I'm doing a lot of studying right now, so I'm doing a lot of videos. So what I think I'm going to do is just carry on, record like doing study videos, and just get them as lined up as far. So I know it'll be like one a week, but then I'll try and do my other video a week being something like non-study related. So today's video is an update video. So try and basically do Tuesdays is a non-study video, Thursdays being a study video, and I'm going to mix up the study videos between no talking, whispers, eating, maybe chewing gum, like have like variations on the theme rather than just all like exactly the same. And so that'll take us through lambing. And I'm just looking at my wall calendar. I'm also thinking, now that I've been fairly consistent with my video uploads, I am thinking of starting to do Patreon only videos. At the moment I have a Patreon account, but nobody's signed up, and I don't blame them because there's no benefits of being on my Patreon. So I was thinking of starting to actually either do memberships on YouTube itself or Patreon or both, I don't know. And I might just do memberships actually on YouTube, keep it all in one place. But basically do exclusive content for members. Maybe like one a month to start with. One a month or like one a fortnight sort of ballpark. I didn't want to commit to it previously because I didn't want folk paying for something that if they weren't actually getting it, and I want to make sure that my normal subscribers have got regular content. I wouldn't want to be creating content specifically for paying subscribers at the expense of my non-paying, because I don't want to be doing favoritism, if that makes sense. Like, all of you guys who just come and watch my videos, I appreciate you. I don't want you feeling like you're being like treated as second best. It's tricky because, you know, you're trying to make a bit of an income, but also I enjoy what I do and I care about what I do, and I don't all be about money. On a money front, I do have a new job. This time of year it will be 2 days a fortnight. And not the job for everyone, not the job that you'd maybe expect for somebody who loves animals. But I am very passionate about animal welfare and being a farmer who raises animals. I'm part of the food chain involving meat and meat production, and I have gotten a job at the local abattoir. We are really fortunate here in Shetland to have a small scale abattoir, so animals only have to travel a short distance to get there, and they get killed like that same day or the very next day. You know, they're not hanging around for long periods of time like what they are in some industrial scale ones. And it's because it's small scale, it's a lot less stressful for the animals. The staff, like the lady who runs the place, is amazing. She's really passionate about how it's done, and she is like, she will not hire anyone who doesn't treat the animals well. It's very, very important to her that they're treated with respect, like the entire way through the process, even after they've been killed. It's important that their carcasses are treated with respect. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm basically working towards, I'll be able to, my other arm's getting tired now. I'll basically be able to be present when my lambs are born. I will care for them right through, and I'll be the one that's present when I'll kind of see them into the world, and I'll be the one that sees them out of the world. And I'll be involved in the kind of the butchering bit of it. I'm going to learn all about that, how to like chop them up basically, and sell them direct to the customer, so that they know like the full life cycle. Now, I appreciate I may have vegan or vegetarian viewers, and so I won't, if I do discuss anything like that, I will be putting in like sort of warnings and stuff when I get in, you know, if I ever discuss like details of that. But generally I'm just going to leave it at that basically for me as a meat eater, I think it's really important to know where your food, actually I think it's really important for everyone to know where their food comes from, whether it's meat or plant-based. I think it's really important that people, I'm actually really passionate about this, about that everyone should know where their food comes from, how it is produced, how it is processed. That goes from, are the workers being paid ethical wages? What is your carbon footprint of, are things getting transported across the world? How heavily are things processed? Like, what are the additives that are being added? Do you know what the ingredients are? Are they banned in other countries because they're really bad for you? Looking at you, America. I think it's so, like, I completely understand where vegetarians and vegans come from about wanting to like do no harm and everything, but at the same time I'm also passionate about local, eating local, producing local. The land that we have, I can't grow like grain on it. I can't grow crops for human consumption, like plant-based. It's the wrong kind of soil, it's the wrong kind of ground, but I can raise sheep on it. And one sheep can feed a lot of, it can like create a lot of meals. And that's something I'm quite passionate about. And that's my husband just arrived home with my daughter, so I might wrap this up. But yeah, basically something I'm passionate about, and I'm sort of excited to kind of take full ownership of the whole process. So that's kind of what's happening with me at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty full on here at the moment, and I've got big plans because can't be content doing basic little things. But yeah, that's kind of the situation at the moment. So I hope you are all keeping well. I hope that you're all staying safe. These special thoughts are with Eastern Europe at the moment, especially anybody associated with Ukraine. It's a really tough world moment at the moment. You know, you've just had a global pandemic, now we're facing a potential global war. It's scary, so look after yourselves. I hope you're all safe and well, and you guys take care, and I will see you again sometime soon. Take care.